wisdom and clarity. Um, I have men that have been there and done that at every area of life that I feel like I will have to tackle in the future. I have men that love and accept me for who I am, and they're ready for that one-on-one connection. If I have problems, I also get that connection with them whenever they might have something that they need to go through. So, um, like you said, I like to feel like it's some sort of tribe. It's people that have your back, and the wisdom and clarity that I get from men that have been there and dads that have been there. And I can see who I want to be and how I can achieve that much clearer than before.
Michael, what's up, man? I'm glad to have you on our member spotlight. I think you're our youngest member, and I'm just thrilled to be sitting here and talking about your incredible results in the 5 months that you've been with us. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm glad that you wanted to spotlight me today. I have seen a big change, and I'm looking forward to kind of going through some of the areas of my life that have changed, and some of the things that I think men can really get out of Thumos.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So let's start sort of from the beginning. 5 months ago, you were approached by your brother, right? So tell us a little bit
Right.
about that. How did you come to us?
Well, my brother told me he was going on this retreat. We were living together at my grandma's house, and he told me he was going on this men's retreat. I was like, all right, dude, cool. Like I saw him getting on the Zoom calls. I saw him, um, getting a little bit out of it, loving the community of it, everything. And he said he was going on the retreat. I was like, all right, cool. I'm glad you could do that. And he comes back, and the smile and his energy, you could feel it from as soon as you saw him. As soon as he walked through the door, you could feel his energy walking through. He came and gave me the tightest and longest hug I've ever received in my life. And now, after being on the weekend, I totally understand why. But at that moment, I was like, he gave me that long hug and he said, "You have to come on the next one." And I just said, okay. If he can do something like that to you, it was obviously one of the most life changing things in his life to that point. And I was like, I'm in to at least try. Let me see how it goes.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, our weekends are pretty special. We call it the weekend experience because it's an experience. And how do we properly tell someone about an experience? It's almost like Christmas morning for those who had a great Christmas morning, great Santa Claus experience. How do you really talk about that? It's an experience.
Mhm.
Josh came home and came through the door and embraced you, and you saw, I guess, his smile. You felt his hug. You knew something was different and something was real, didn't you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a realness that I haven't felt from him ever, really. So it was very attractive. I wanted a piece of it.
Yes, I love that. Did you go straight to a weekend, Michael? Remind me, or did you come to one of our Zoom calls first?
I went straight into the weekend. I'd never had talked to anybody in Thumos until I went. I mean, through text, yes, but not on Zoom call.
Awesome. All right, tell me quickly. Tell the audience quickly. Your brother's here. Who is the Michael on the Friday showing up to the weekend versus the Michael leaving on a Sunday?
Oh, Michael showing up was reserved, flat, didn't have didn't have much emotional connection to people in general, except for maybe a select few. But the Michael coming back had clarity. He felt purpose that he didn't feel going in. He felt wanted, appreciated, loved. Um, man, it felt there was like an energy coming away from that of love and acceptance for everybody else that you can't get from any drug that you ever take or caffeine high or anything. I was zipping and rolling, and maybe I came back strong, but I felt like I was on the blue cloud, like we say.
What about the feminine, the beautiful feminine? Your girlfriend, your mom, what did they think?
They were kind of thrown off because that's not how I was in the past. I wasn't full of life, full of energy for a while. So I came back in with all these ideas and all like these outlooks on life as far as like what I want to accomplish and what I want to my fitness goals, my faith goals. I was talking about wanting a relationship with God, which I never really had before. So all these things coming back and showing themselves to the feminine, it made them want to push away at first because I came back so strong and a little bit too strong. I wasn't what I found to be helpful on the second weekend, which was stillness and peace and being that um, silverback laying on the ground, ready to protect and lead, but not overbearing, not pushing yourself onto anybody, but having that pull, allowing people to come to you from a place of, and you being coming from a place of strength, um, instead of just forcing yourself on everybody else.
I love it, man. And I think because we see the blue cloud and others know it as other, pink clouds and whatnot. So it's this initial high, which is not all bad, especially when we bust a man wide open, get him out of his head into his heart, get beyond the tears, get into smiles. It's a beautiful thing. This guy's got an injection of tea, of Thumos, and a whole new awakening. But we've learned to integrate that. We've learned to focus that in the right direction. We've learned to slow it down, pace it, not at all cut it off. But that's the beauty of the integration, which, as you mentioned, your second weekend. A lot of guys have done 5, 6, even 7 weekends. We're about to have number 8, but that's the Zoom. We've got the beauty of the Zoom calls, man. So let's go back to sort of now. You've got a community, a tribe, a brotherhood. Pick the word. Some people like some words, some people don't like the other words, but you've got the Thumos community. What's the value in it, in your opinion?
Wisdom and clarity. Um, I have men that have been there and done that at every area of life that I feel like I will have to tackle in the future. I have men that love and accept me for who I am, and they're ready for that one-on-one connection. If I have problems, I also get that connection with them whenever they might have something that they need to go through. So, um, like you said, I like to feel like it's some sort of tribe. It's people that have your back, and the wisdom and clarity that I get from men that have been there and dads that have been there. And I can see who I want to be and how I can achieve that much clearer than before.
Well said. Is it raw and real enough for you?
Certainly. Definitely the weekends. The Zoom calls are a good way to keep it there, to keep getting that injection of raw and realness, that I feel like I've craved. And I feel like a lot of men do crave that, whether they're ready to admit it or not. That's why I think it's so helpful for a man to feel comfortable with another man, to be raw and real and share how they feel about something or how something's affecting them, especially coming from somebody who's looked at as very successful, a high value man. It's that connects you as a community and holds you together as a tribe, and helps you persevere through times that might be hard for you.
Well said. Men helping each other be better. It's a beautiful thing. What would you, for any men who out there, they're doing their life on their own, whether they're 26 or 46, what would you tell these men? What's your message?
I would tell them that they need to open up to um, a reality that isn't their own at all times. They need to have otherness. They need to have connection with other men that allows them to see past their own bullshit, that allows them to see past just the things that are going on in their life today. The value of being a leader and leading with strength in a way that you're taking care of what you need to take care of. You're pulling each other along with you instead of pushing others to go somewhere else. You are going to the gym every single day. You're going to church and being a spiritual leader without anybody, without asking anybody to go with you, you do that long enough, people are going to start to follow. And the value that can come to a community that, or city or state, country, whatever, it's exponential whenever you can lead like that and other men around you can lead like that.
Well said. Well, Michael, I'm proud of you. I'm glad to have you as a Thumos community member and a brother. You bring a whole lot of not only knowledge and wisdom, but motivation to our community. So appreciate you, brother. Thanks for sitting in with us.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Jody.
Take care.
You too.